Welcome to another edition of Arizona Living. Today, I'm going to cover the 7 steps necessary to relocate to Arizona. Stay tuned. These steps can be used to move anywhere. I just said Arizona because that's where I live. I had a link to a video where I shared my story as to how I moved. There's never going to be a perfect time to relocate. There's always going to be stuff that's going to get in the way, and frankly, it's a little daunting of a task to relocate from one state to another. So I can understand why some people procrastinate. Step number 1, set a date. Goals, you need to have a date or else it's just a dream. You have to set a date, a real line in the sand date. This date I'm going to do this date I'm going to do that. By X date, I'm actually going to be in Arizona. So your intention needs to be put on paper. Step 2, a lot of people are not going to like this. Save 3 to 4 months of money that you're going to need to actually live once you relocate, plus all the moving expenses. You need to have a bucket of money set aside. That might take you a little bit of time to do. So, oh my goodness, you might have to actually wait a year before you can relocate, because there's a lot of moving parts in what I'm about to share with you. Step 3, sell your on Craigslist, put it out there. Whatever doesn't sell, you can give the goodwill. But less is more. The less stuff you have to bring, the less it's gonna cost you to move, the less of an apartment or a house you're gonna need to have. Don't be a stunad and get, be one of those people that always has a storage unit because you have too much crap you don't need. Don't do that. I've had storage units in the past, but for good reasons. For example, when I sold my house in Avondale and we temporarily moved into an apartment while our house was being built, the apartment wasn't big enough for all our stuff. So we had a storage unit temporarily until, the house was finished. Step 4, update your resume and contact some recruiters in Arizona, whatever state you're gonna move to. I made a video all about job hunting, I'll post it above. But you want to get everything in motion. And nowadays, you can interview over Skype. Unfortunately, some companies, they want you to interview like 4 or 5 times before they hire you. But for the initial interviews, it could be done over the phone or over Skype. Step 5, figure out where the heck it is you're going to initially move to. Now, this could be with a relative. I don't recommend staying for any length of time. It could be an apartment. I actually helped a friend who was relocating here. I went to an apartment place, I checked it out. I actually recorded a video. I sent her the information. She made all the arrangements over the phone and online. So there's no reason why, if you're moving here, you have to make a special trip. You could, obviously. I'm not saying it's not a bad idea, but if you have a friend or relative down here that can help you out, it could save you some bucks in travel costs to initially figure out where you're gonna live. Now that's one option, moving into an apartment. Another option could be, maybe you want to buy a house out here. So you come out here, you pick a house, and then you pray to the real estate gods that everything lines up between you selling your existing house and closing on this house. So you may want to look into an extended stay hotel. That could be another option. So you come here and then, eventually when you're ready, you can relocate to an official apartment or a house. There's also house rentals too. There's lots of options. This particular step, there could be an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, subcategories here. So this is probably the hardest thing to do, is figure out where you're gonna live. Step 6, give your notice at work, tell your landlord, put your house on the market, do whatever you gotta do to set all your ducks in a row. This is towards the end, and with a house, you may obviously wanna paint, do some modifications, whatever, just to make sure that it sells quicker than your neighbor's house. But this one right here, this is a big one. Putting in your notice, you're done with the line in the sand thing. You're saying, this is it, we're moving, brother. Step 7, choose your method for moving your stuff. It could be getting a pod, it could be renting a U-Haul and driving it yourself, either the U-Haul that goes behind your car or the U-Haul truck that you drive. You could go that route. You could do like I did and pack up a bunch of boxes and ship them via United States Postal Service. There's lots of options. By the way, United States Postal Service, I gotta give them a plug because they got my 10 boxes over here on the cheap and they all arrived perfect. In conclusion, Change is scary. I get it. It's a big deal relocating from one state to another, especially since you have a lifetime of stuff to bring with you, plus the logistics of finding a place. And for me, an important thing, I had to know where the good food was, you know? That all takes time to develop. But there's good news. You're not alone. There's people here from where you are right now. Guaranteed, there's somebody who lives in your city that moved to Phoenix within the last 10 years. So you're not alone. You might have some family. You might have to make some new friends, you know? But you are definitely not alone. Take the steps necessary if you're unhappy where you're at, and just get your butt down here. So this concludes another edition of Arizona Living. Be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know below your suggestions on steps to relocate. Till next time.